Woo! What is up? Thanks for watching. New perspective. Um, Maybe I'll do a review on this camera one day, but it's the camera that lowered my barrier to entry when it comes to recording videos. So, um, yeah. Um, Anyways, so I got a lot of questions, but I was thinking about how like making content is so weird and strange. Um, because I was sitting there writing my newsletter and recording videos and stuff, and I'm just going, "Who is this for?" And I realize I have at least one dedicated person, if not two or three, watching, supporting, doing whatever they can to help me out. And with YouTube, I guess it's all personality. Whether you like me or not, you'll continue to follow, subscribe. Especially right now, since I have no like set form of content that I'm doing, I might start vlogging. I'm trying to think about like what that looks like and how I can do it from like my perspective. But ultimately, I like it's weird. Um, Seriously, like I say all this and I'm really just talking to one person. Shout out Paul. Um, that guy, you always message me afterwards. I know you watch all the way through. I appreciate that. So I guess these videos are really for you and whoever else like you wants to follow. But it's such a weird idea, such a weird concept. Anyways, um, uh, I'm I'm stuck with when it comes to sneakers. And I think I'm stuck because I'm not sure like what I want to do anymore with sneakers. Do I want to buy more? Do I want to flip out the ones that I have now and get new ones? Nothing's really like pulled at me aside from Travis Scott fragments, the new ones that released. And honestly, I could probably wrangle together some of my sneakers and cut into the cost of a pair of those and be happy. um, but maybe it's just because I've been working from home. I just have no need to wear nice sneakers out anymore. I used to wear them to the office, which was like the big thing for me. And now that I don't have that, and now that I just stay home, I wear my sneakers maybe like once, maybe twice or three times a week for like an hour or two at most. And it really begs the question like, well, I've always been a quality over quantity guy anyway, but what does that look like now? Do I go extreme quality and just drop down the number of shoes that I have to an even lower quantity and really wear those and rock those out, or do I kind of stick with like a 20 pair rule? Like I don't know yet. I think this year is going to be the year I decide that because I just I just need to be focused. I just want to be more focused about like what I buy and the things that I get. And with sneakers, I feel like I've been on like a pretty good cadence. Like I find shoes that I really like. I wait and wait until they go on like super sale and I buy them, like the Evo SLs. But with like more hype stuff, I'm like, do I just flip out some of my hype stuff and just go for the really hype stuff? Like, what do I do there? My friends are talking about fragment unions, and I'm like, I would love to get after those. But then I thought, like, but why? I mean, well, would I wear them more often than some of my lows? Probably not. So it's these kind of questions that I've been asking myself about sneakers lately. I definitely don't have the money to spend to buy a new pair every single week. If anything, I'm looking at like 5 to 10 pairs a year, maybe, and a majority of those being on sale. So, um, you know, is it a dying obsession? I don't think so because I still love my shoes. I still wear them out. I still baby all of my shoes. Um, that's probably why you catch me in the most basic generic sneaker shoes out there because I just don't want to mess up any of my sneakers. But it's just things I'm contemplating and thinking about. I don't think chasing after every new release is really like a thing anymore. People in general have kind of leaned away from super hype product. So it's an interesting time in sneakers. Um, I'm curious to see what the new CEO does. It's about I think in the next like year or so we'll see his vision and sort of the products that he has in mind to roll out. And it'll be really interesting because Nike, as much as people may hate it, they kind of set the barometer for um, sneakers in the current moment. New Balance had its thing, Asics did its thing. They kind of ebb and flow with with their releases and the sneakers that people like from them. But Nike really sets the tone for the rest of the market. Um, like as great as Adidas has done, like they kind of they're kind of hit or miss when it comes to the marketing side of things. So really curious like what this new Nike CEO does and some of the weird silhouettes that they've been coming out with. Um, what is how does that translate to lifestyle and to performance and stuff. Um, you know, I'm curious to see, but I'll just sit and wait. Maybe I'll just stack up and just wait for um, Nike to swell in popularity again, or for them to start dropping sneakers that I really like again, and you know just grab as many of those pairs as possible. But in the meantime, like yeah, like what would you do? Would you just consolidate your collection into a couple of sneakers? I mean, especially think about from my perspective, if you're, you know, going from having lots of shoes to trying to consolidate, would you consolidate? Would you, as somebody that doesn't go out very often, that works from home most of the time, would you consolidate your collection into like one or two, big sneakers or grail pieces or whatever? Let me know. Either way, this has been a very long winded video. I'm trying to be a little bit better about shortening these videos and being more concise and more prepared, if anything. But, I don't know what that looks like, honestly, for my content. What does preparation look like? Who knows? What is content? Anyways, that said, thanks for watching. Until next time, see ya.